HubSpot Buyer Intent is a great way to know which companies are viewing your site, what products might be interested, and help your sales team stay focused on those companies. I'm going to show you how to set it up in today's HubSpot hack. All right, folks, before we get started, you should know that Buyer Intent is gated behind HubSpot Marketing Hub Professional or Enterprise. So if you have any of those hubs, you're good. If not, and you're interested, feel free to continue watching. You can also reach out to us down in the comments. There's a link to subscribe to our HubSpot Hacks newsletter for all the latest and greatest tips, tricks, and tutorials, and also a way to get in touch with us there. So let's set up HubSpot Buyer Intent. First thing you want to do, as always, is log into HubSpot. On the left-hand side, you'll see the marketing tab here. You'll want to click that and scroll down to Buyer Intent. You'll see that I actually have a step-by-step guide on what to do to set up my Buyer Intent. One of them, which is really important and critical to the setup, is having your tracking code on your site. If you've been on HubSpot for a while, I hope this is done already. But if not, you'll want to grab your tracking code and add it onto every single one of your web pages so HubSpot can track it. If your site's built on HubSpot, this is already done for you just by having it hosted on HubSpot. But once that's done, the other three things that we need to do are set up our target markets, set up our research topics, and then configure our intent criteria. So let's do our target markets first. So we'll click to set up target markets. And you can see you can create up to 20 of these. And these are identifying the types of companies that you're interested in knowing are visiting your site. So we'll click to create a new market. And say we sell into healthcare and hospitals. We'll add healthcare and hospitals as our market name. So here you can select which industries you want to be tracking. So healthcare is a big option. Mental health is an option too, if that works for you. You can also choose to exclude specific industries. So say, for example, anything that gets picked up as a wellness or fitness company, I want to exclude those from my intent signals. I can exclude them here as well. You can even go as far as adding company keywords. So if any companies have hospital in the name, like surgical hospitals, specialty hospitals, you can specifically target them. And same thing for excluding to if anything contains fitness or fitness center or anything like that in the company name, you can exclude them as well. So you actually see as I'm narrowing down my intent here, I've been notified I've got over 2,100 companies that could get picked up in my buyer intent. So you might want to keep an eye on this as you're setting this up to know exactly how narrow you're getting. If you want to keep it wide or if you want to narrow it down very specifically, you can pay attention to this. It also will tell you how many of these companies exist inside of your CRM. I'm operating in a test portal, so none of these are going to be really are going to show up here. So if I actually narrow this down and remove these exclusions here and these other keywords, you'll see that my number is going to go up a little bit. So now I've got it over to 616,000 companies that I want to target. So that's what I'm talking about. If you want to keep this really broad, you can. If you're interested in hospitals of a specific size, like you only work with very large hospitals, not sure what a large hospital would actually be, for example, but say only over 5,000 contacts, you can add that in here. So you can see it narrowed it down to under 500 hospitals. So really can narrow it down here, and then also can add in specific countries. So if I'm only operating in the United States and Canada, for example, I've got a pretty narrow range of hospitals. So I'm gonna go ahead and expand this employee range to also include smaller hospitals to get some bigger numbers showing up here. There we go. So you can see now I've got it up to 11,000 companies. You can get as narrow as going down to state and city as well. And if you want to look for hospitals using specific technologies, there's a gigantic list of different technologies you can add. But you can search and add any specific web technologies, and revenue here may not be too relevant for hospitals, but you can specifically target companies by revenue. So we're creating our market, and then it's going to calculate our total addressable market up here. It's going to be a little bit slow, but this will be a summary up there of if I add multiple markets, like say, for example, I sell into accounting too, it will take that into effect. So just to save time for the video, I created an accounting target market here. You can see this has 6,000 companies on my narrowed down list. So in total, I've got over 18,000 companies in my total addressable market. All right, we're halfway there. We've got our target market set up and our tracking code set up. Now we can enable research topics if we want to see companies that are just researching topics relevant to our business, not specifically only visiting our site. So you can actually go into company URL. If you want to, type in your company URL and see how it does with pulling up some topics for you to use to give you some ideas. Not exactly sure how great this is going to be for you, but it's definitely worth giving it a try in case it gives you some keywords you may not have thought of. Otherwise, you can come in here and search for keywords. So as a HubSpot partner, I would probably add things like HubSpot implementations as a keyword, and then I can add these topics here if I wanted to, and save them. So that's how easy it is to add your research topics. You can add up to 20. So definitely recommend testing that, seeing which topics are actually working for you. So go with the top 20 that you think might be best, and then keep an eye on them, see if any are underperforming, if you have any other topics that you couldn't get in there that you want to add. So I would recommend keeping an eye on it and doing some testing. Last but not least, the good stuff, configuring our intent criteria. So this is where you can specifically highlight pages that people are visiting that you really want to pay high attention to, because it might be a page that if they visit it, there's clearly some high intent that they're interested in your product. So we're going to click to configure our intent criteria, and we're going to call this our high intent. So this will be based on page path, and you can see it's even, for example, mentioning your product page. So if we do path is equal to /products, that will highlight them here as an inclusion, and we want to narrow this down to, again, if we only operate for United States and Canada, we can configure our buyer intent that way. Add this one in, and then we can add in another one. For example, another one that you might like to have would be pricing. So if someone views your pricing page, you can do that. Set the minimum number of visits, how many people at that company are detected as visiting in that time period, and again, narrow down your country here as well. You can add in exclusions. So if you have a careers page, so people are just looking at your site, see maybe you guys are hiring, you can add in exclusions. So we'll go ahead and save that. You can even go to this recommendations tab where HubSpot will make recommendations to you based on data inside of your portal already. So you can set your goal stages, like for example, your opportunities and your customers. What pages did they view to help that made them become customers, and then HubSpot will make recommendations to you on adding those high intent pages. So obviously this is a test portal, so there's no real recommendations here, but if you've been on HubSpot for a while, I highly recommend at least testing this out and seeing if there's any recommendations here for you. So once you're all done, just click save. So when I pop back over to my overview tab here, you'll see my setup wizard is gone because I've done the 4 steps I need to set up my buyer intent. So we look down here, you can see what companies are showing research intent, how many have done visitor intent. I just set this up, so not obviously really expecting to see anything here. You can come down to this company section where you can see data on how many companies you've added that have showed buyer intent. You can also choose to modify auto add. So if you want to auto add companies to your CRM based on certain intent, you can create a saved view and set that up as well. That will use HubSpot credits though. So I do highly recommend checking out our video on HubSpot credits that I'm going to link to here. You see a pop-up if you want more information on that. So you'll see here, there's also recommendations for popular auto ads. So net new companies with visitor intent, net new companies with research intent, net new companies with both, or notify me for only companies inside of my CRM. Again, recommend doing your little bit of research on that HubSpot credits and how they get used to do that. All right, folks, that does it for this video on setting up HubSpot Buyer Intent. Again, down in the description, we have our HubSpot Hacks newsletter. Highly recommend subscribing to that for lots of valuable HubSpot related content. And thank you again so much for watching. Happy HubSpotting.